Hi, in this tutorial, we'll learn everything about warp modes. First, we'll record audio or import a sample to this particular track that we have here in the session view. Now, select the audio clip or the sample and go to the clip properties and select this tab over here. You can enable or disable warp by simply clicking on this switch over here. There are several types of warp modes as you can see here: beats, tone, texture, repitch, complex, and complex pro. Let's see what each one of this actually does. The first one is beats. It will play the entire beat or a sample as per our settings and the warp markers that are set in a particular audio clip or a sample. Beats has few options as we can see here. Forward and backward arrow is set as the default setting. This means the beat will play forward and backwards between the warp markers that we have created on a clip. In this tutorial, when two arrows is selected, it will play the beat between the warp markers that we have created on a clip and continue to follow the same action for the next warp markers. When a single arrow is selected, it will play the beat to its end, but if you tweak this value over here, it will give you a pluck kind of a sound. It won't play the entire region. The next one is tones. When this is selected, Ableton will add extra tones to the sound or the beat that is between the warp markers. Here, you have an option to tweak the grain size. When tones is selected, it will chop everything between the warp markers into small grains. Then spray the grains out as designed. In this tutorial, the next one is texture. When this is selected, Ableton will add more texture to the sound or the beat that is between the warp markers. Here you have an option to tweak the grain size and flux. This will chop everything between the warp markers into small grains, then spray the grains out as designed. Flux will simply fluctuate the frequencies or the grains or the characteristics of the waveform or the beat that is between the warp markers. Next is repitch. This will adjust the pitch of the sounds that are between the warp markers. You can stretch according to your preferences. It will either play faster or slower depending on your stretch behavior.
This tutorial will be
Next is complex and complex pro. You will be using this once a lot during regular practice. When this is selected, Ableton will play the audio clip without losing its original characteristics or sound. Complex Pro has formants in it and it is recommended to set it to 100% to preserve the original characteristics. You can also select values of the envelope from this area. In this tutorial, we'll be learning about... That's everything you need to know about warp modes. See you in the next tutorial.